Hi Earth signs, it's Ray. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Taurus full moon and peak this rising, I believe. But I am here with your Taurus full moon as well as your Mercury retrograde reading. I hope all is well. Let us cleanse, let us pray, let us read. This elemental reading is going to go different from past readings. There we go. So in the past, we would do a collective and then an individual. This is going to be different. So we're going to cover the Taurus full moon first. I'm going to pull one card for each individual sign and just read the energy to you as far as what it highlights for you. And then we'll get into the collective. And I'll do the same when for Mercury retrograde for each of the signs as well. So there'll only be 2 timestamps. One for the Taurus full moon and one for Mercury retrograde. All right. Whew. As a Taurus moon, this full moon, this super moon is quite intense, honey. Let us pray. It's like the bull and the lion, honey. I don't know. And then that Libra rising, the scales are just trying to balance it all out. Okay, let us pray. It is, today is November 5th, 2025. It's 9:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's pray. God, divine source, Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for assisting me in guiding the earth elements, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn on this Taurus full moon energy, as well as this upcoming Mercury retrograde energy. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel as I speak to them on what to expect as this energy unfolds. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. Thank you for divine protection. Gratitude, Ashe. Slow down. Your Bobby Valentinos. I just want to get to know you. But slow down. All right, so let's get started individually. Taurus full moon. Taurus, happy full moon. Let's see what the energy is for you. Taurus full moon for Taurus placements, please. I'm just going to pull one card. I'm going to read it if it's upright. I'm going to read it if it's reverse. And I'll interpret it if it's reverse as well. Taurus placements, Taurus full moon, please. All right, Virgo. Virgo placements, Taurus full moon, please. Goddamn. Capricorn. Taurus full moon for Capricorn specifically. I just need one. Very interesting. So before I read any of these cards to you, I'm finishing all elements tonight, but the only element that's been done so far is water, since we are in Scorpio season and it's Scorpio's birthday, which is why we did it last night. But for each of you, all of these cards are reversed. I can't see what they are, but I can tell by the direction. So I'm going to read to all of you what's on the bottom, and then I'm going to read it individually, then we'll get into the collective. So on the bottom, Taurus full moon for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You have the 9 of Pentacles, which is Venus and Virgo energy. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. There's worry, there's stress, there's overwhelm, there's exhaustion, there's a lot. All right, so Taurus specifically. So you have the 2 of Swords in reverse. This card came out for Cancer, I believe, upright, but it came out for you reverse. So Upright it states being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem, but it's in reverse. So Taurus placements, this Taurus full moon, you are becoming decisive. Where there is a stagnation, you are noticing where the stagnation is, and you are slowly but surely emerging with progress. I'm seeing a snail, but snails, if they're moving, honey, they be moving, okay? And then the last sentence, pretending there is no problem, in reverse, realizing there is a problem and looking for solutions, resolutions, problem solving. All right, Virgo. Interesting. So Virgo placements is Taurus full moon. You have 21, the world, the final major arcana in the, I'm sorry, the final card in the major arcana deck, but it's in reverse. So with the world being in reverse, a couple of things, but you have Archangel Michael. Upright it states a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path towards enlightenment. All right, with this being in reverse, you could feel disappointment in the work that you are producing, to just be direct. You could be faced with unhappiness, a lack of satisfaction, a lot of dissatisfaction, and just be mindful of the tongue and as well as your mood. Even though you feel away, the tongue does not have to affirm that reality. Definitely affirm your truth, but affirm the reality that you desire at the same damn time. That double-edged sword type of energy. With the path towards enlightenment, some of you could feel stuck, restricted, unable to figure out what you need to do next in order to get the ball rolling, in order to feel like you are having a job well done, you're experiencing joy, contentment, you have an overwhelming cup of gratitude, and you are enlightened and clear on where to take the next step, okay? And then lastly, for Capricorn placement, you guys, also, I'm sorry, before moving on to Capricorn and Virgo, 21 in reverse goes back to judgment. So there are some judgment calls that you are being asked to make under this Taurus full moon. And it's like, what do you want to do? What does the heart align with? Okay. All right. Now, Capricorn, you have the 8 of Cups in reverse, the 8 of Water. Upright, it states a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. In reverse, you could feel, okay, not what I wanted to say, but the word I hear is complacent. You're very complacent at this time. The divine is asking you to search for something more meaningful and tap into spiritual and emotional growth. I feel like spiritual and emotional growth may be stagnated for some of you at this time. All right. All right. But overall, what is enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. That is what all of you desire. All right. Let's get into the Taurus full moon. Damn. I gotta double check the timestamp. I put a star. So, Earth signs, 9/11, Twin Towers, Ethiopian New Year. Hold on. So there's a need for you guys to go back to the buck moon. The buck moon occurred on July 10th, 2025. It was a full moon. Was that, hold on. Give me a second. What the hell? 1 second. there we go. There we go. Okay. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, I'll reshare it on the community tab once we're done. But there's a need for you guys to go back to the energy of the July 10th buck moon. And I saw a stag this rising. Hi, beloved. Yeah, I saw a stag in my backyard this rising. And I scared the shit out of it. But I thought it was just the animals, because it's very quiet in the back. So when any of the animals are back there, they're in the leaves. Even if they are the birds, it's extremely loud. So I wasn't paying any attention. And then I saw the antler, and then I looked, and it looked at me and said, "Oh shit!" and started running. But yeah, that was the full moon in Capricorn. So I don't know what reading I did then, but I'll find it and reshare it. But that is a theme at this time. So what was that, 3 months ago? 4 months ago, 4 months ago. 7/11. All right, let's see. Taurus full moon for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. What's the vibe? What's the energy? What's the message? We have sorcery, revolution, in reverse. Feels like y'all are burnt the fuck out, okay? I feel like I am. I'm going on a mini hiatus after tonight, okay? I will be back this month, but it'll be a minute. You have nurture sideways, key in reverse, earth God damn. I'm gonna just keep pulling. I'll show you the cards when I'm done. But you got the star though, and then we have the star in the timestamp because I forgot to write it down. You could be very out of sight, out of mind. You could be absent-minded at this time. Is that a truck? Backing up, reverse. Yeah, there's a need to go back to July 1, 2. Hold on, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me keep pulling. Taurus full moon for the earth elements. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so I'm still pulling, but even how I just felt the need to shift. And instead of just reading how the energy comes out, just wait and finish pulling. So whatever energy you are experiencing right now, earth elements, there is a need to, I hear stop counting. Okay, now with stop counting, that can mean stop, it's like spirit, we done went through this, we done went through this, we done went through this, I done did this, we done did this. It's like you're very in that Virgo-ish energy, analyzing. You're in the state of analyzation, mental analyzation, and it's like chill, stop counting, just flow. It's one thing to count your many blessings, name them one by one, but when you start counting your many problems and naming them one by one, it completely counteracts the energy of counting your many blessings, naming them one by one. That blessing energy, or blessing as I am intending to mean and get into my vocabulary as a natural word. But that energy of blessing one by one, when you focus on that, when you count that, it's expanded. The energy of gratitude is expanded. When you are doing the opposite, when you're focused on the opposite, what isn't working, the sacrifices you have made, what you have been through, how shit just just keeps coming back around. Okay, thought we dealt with it then, thought we dealt with it before then. Whatever the case is, we are in the energy of Mercury retrograde too, even though we haven't put on that energy quite yet, but we'll get there. But with that stop counting, like, things truly, they're still playing out, and it's like the way that you are counting as in these things are solidified. And yes, the solidification and the energy may be the occurring experiences of them, but it is not like end all be all. Like, things are still unfolding. Okay, Now let me finish pulling and then we'll read. I'll show you and then we'll read. Anything else? All right. So beautiful. Now, on the bottom of the first deck, you have the Nine of Pentacles, Venus and Virgo energy, but it is for all of you. And then on the bottom, you have Oshun Justice upright, which is just so precious to me. And the reason why it's so precious is because, baby, this card on the bottom, this Oshun energy, is one of the lightest energies that I see, okay? Which is so precious to me, okay? Okay, and it should be to you too, okay? Now, before I even show you and read this, or read and show you however the fuck I'm about to do it, Spirit knows you're tired, okay? Tired of fighting, tired of dealing, tired of... You're just fucking tired. You know, when it comes to enough is enough, it's like every human has that line. And I feel like a lot of you, that line has been extremely flexible and bendable in ways where it should be straight and narrow, you know? But the flexibility, the way that motherfucker bends and bends some more, it's like, what the fuck? When is enough enough? Because a lot of you feel past your limit, but at the same time, it's like, you know, in the past, when you thought you were past your limit, you still persevered and got through to the other side. But I do want to acknowledge, and they want to acknowledge, that the exhaustion is obvious at this point. And it's really not funny. It really isn't. Some of you are silently fighting for your motherfucking life, okay? Fighting for the reason to just keep it pushing in the direction that you have been pushing. But with this Oshun justice, we always hear, you know, it will pay off, and it will. And I feel like a lot of you, even with me stating that, you have seen that for yourself. It may not have been a whole fucking plate, but you've seen the fucking appetizer of that. So just know it's not in vain. That's the message. None of this is in vain, even though it may feel like it, and even though it may look like that, but things are not as they seem, okay? And just as I advised, I think it was Scorpio specifically, I don't know, but I think it was somebody in the water signs where this is a time to really believe it, to see it, because if you rely on seeing it to believe it, you're just going to go deeper down the fucking rabbit hole that you're trying to get out of. All right? All right. So, with that being said, you have Sorcery Revolution in reverse. You have Nurture sideways. You have Key in reverse. I'm reading the subscript. Okay. You have Ego Death in reverse. You have Highest Self in reverse. You have Restoration upright. You have Silicon upright. Crystal Technology. Interesting. You have Solo Magic in reverse. Accountability upright. Seduction upright. Silence upright. Sans la Muerte offering upright. And then you have Sing in reverse. Either you need to cry or you've been crying. But I feel like there's a purge cry needed. Definitely, I feel like all of you would do well to start tapping into Aquarius, because messages I'm giving to you are messages I have given to Aquarius over the last year or two. I don't know. It's coming back up. I don't know why. Especially with this star energy. and me putting the star on the paper. So with revolution in reverse, again, it's like feeling like this Taurus full moon, you're experiencing a breakdown instead of a breakthrough. Revolution upright would be the breakthrough. In reverse, it's feeling like broken down energy. The body is not weak. The body is tired. I do feel like the body being tired is half due to the mental exhaustion that you have been experiencing as of late. Some of you feel like where doors were once open, they are beginning to close, with key being in reverse, or doors that you saw opening no longer seem possible to open. I don't know. But they're showing me like someone's key that works every single day. And no, the locks haven't been changed or anything like that, but the key is no longer, it's no longer aligning with the interlock, like inside of the lock. And now I'm seeing like WD-40, like wanting to just, you know, spray and resolve, but there's a deeper meaning to that. So there could be a lot of things, situations that you are overlooking, which is creating more mental work for you because you are bypassing things that are important at this time, which could be contributing to this revolution in reverse, as well as nurture sideways. Now, I don't know what your everyday life consists of, but like I said, I'm about to go on a little hiatus, babe. I think you should too. It will do you well. I think it will do everyone well. Like I have not been as a Taurus moon baby. And my Taurus moon is in the house of Scorpio. Today, I have not been proud of myself, okay? I have been a fucking bitch, okay? And if I was somebody else, I would have cussed me the fuck out today. Like, and my self-awareness is chef's kiss, like truly, it really is. I'm very thankful for my self-awareness because I knew when I was fucking in the action, in the speaking, but it was like, this is the energy today. But I grounded, I reset, I took a shower, I talked to the moon before coming here. So I'm in the process of rebalancing, recalibration, but I know I need to chill for a moment, okay? The energy is very loud. But for you, I don't think that doors are closed. Even if they are, it's nothing that, you know, it's not a loss. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a loss. I just feel like with key being in reverse followed by nurture sideways, like there is a need for self-healing, but this nurture energy is going back to that July 10th was Cancer season. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. So with that self-love, that self-nourishment, that self-empowerment, that self, I hear it's time to get out of self-pity and into self-healing, in order to get these keys to realign with the locks that they were meant for. Okay. Now, with ego death in reverse, baby, you're exhausted, okay? You've been fighting, fight or flight, okay, has been your motive, okay? You just like are, it's like kind of like, you know what? I'll drag myself to the end if this is the end. But then dragging yourself to the end and realizing this is not the end. You want to know why? It's not the end because you keep dragging your feet. But it's like, beloved, you done went through all of this motherfucking work. You're not gonna go to this finish line with your head high and in celebration. You're gonna go to this finish line with disappointment. And I don't know, for some reason, like I'm seeing someone like that's in practice doing conditioning, like do it again, do it again, do it again. And that's what I feel like, that's what the energy feels like for you. Let's do it again, let's do it again. And it's like, what the fuck? And I feel like that, what the fuck, it's your attitude. and your attitude is followed by and being clarified by highest self in reverse, literally. So as mentioned with nurture sideways, with restoration upright, you know, there's a need for you to separate to elevate, truly. But at the same time, yes, there's a but to it. There is, let me not say but, and in addition to the need to celebrate and elevate with this crystal technology, you you are in an incubator. And when I was pulling the deck, and I think I said interesting, but I was seeing someone, you could never do this, you could do this. But you know how like when people, I've seen it on the internet, but it's like people will lay down and they'll put the crystals on their chakras or just crystals around them to create like a bed. And some will call it seance. Around them it will be like a bed, but you know, it's like a sanctuary of energy. And you see this baby inside, it's like a sanctuary of energy, just so whatever you are an energetic overcapacity with can be given back to nature. I mean, it's getting cold, so laying in the grass, it's an option, but we can get creative with the options and in the privacy of our own home. What song is that? Come a little closer. That is a Dina Howard t-shirt and panties. God bless. Okay, let's move on. No, but we have creation solo magic. Okay, t-shirt and panties. All right. But no, there's a need for self-love, self-care. All right. When was the last time you self-pleasured? Even if you got a partner, when was the last time you poured back into you in a way that it was into you and not outside of you? Is the point I'm trying to make. It's been a long time. Now, I hear Aaliyah, it's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step 2. Capricorn energy heavy. All right, so you have a Sabi accountability, gives me Leo energy with the infinity and her crown and the lion behind her. But with accountability being upright, you've been doing well. And I do feel like your changes are minor, such as your attitude. I don't know why we keep talking about attitude as a theme. It's like there's some, it's like someone, like let's just say you have your parent, auntie, whatever the case may be, right? And then there's a child. And in this case, you would be God's child, okay? Even if you 80 years old, all right? Anywho, so there's a child, right? And maybe the child don't know what you've been going through to give them the vacation. We'll call it the vacation of their life, okay? We'll just use that, all right? And it's like, you know, you've been sacrificing, all right? You know, you may have been sacrificing some meals, sacrificing some extra spending, all right? You may have had to just rearrange a few things, all right, to get the shit right, okay, so that it can be an amazing experience. But you know the sacrifice was going to pay off, all right? 9 of Pentacles, enjoying life's little luxuries, right? And you knew the smile that you would see on that baby's face when they were in that experience, it would be all worth it, okay? That is the energy, that is the intention, okay? Intention is positive, right? So do what has to be done. Make the sacrifice needed, okay? Baby, the child is starting to just get disappointed because, you know, baby, kids don't forget shit. They didn't think you fucking forgot. All right, you done made promises that you're not going to keep type shit, right? And then finally, the day comes. And all of this effort and energy is put into that experience, and that smile you have been working so hard to see, it's finally time for you to experience, right? And then it's like the you get to the vacation, you get to the experience, and they're just, baby, sad as fuck, okay? Now you'll be mad as fuck, all right? And it's like, I did all of this, okay, for you to be unhappy, you to be ungrateful, you to be dissatisfied. And it's like that same energy that's you in spirit, right? And it's like, well, and it's like you keep asking for life's little luxuries, okay, successful self-employment, okay, peace and tranquility, and honey, shit is just on auto rotation, auto pay, and all of the things, right? And it could be, but it's like you want it to be better. And it's like God is like, why would I give you better if this is your attitude when we get to the achievement? Does that does that help put things into perspective? I hope the way I broke that down helps put into a better perspective for you, okay? Okay, now with accountability, you've been doing something, okay? I don't know what you've been doing, but you've been doing something to try to just stay on the right path, okay? And with seduction, okay, you done been tempted, and it's like your foot may have almost touched the other side. Y'all remember in Blue Streak, okay, the movie with what the fuck is his name? Oh my god, his face. Mike Lawrence, okay? Was it Mike? Is that his name? Shanae, okay? Anywho, on Blue Streak, when he was they could have had him, but he was literally over the line between the US and the Mexican border because he stole the fucking diamond, okay? Okay? It's kind of like it, instead of you stepping over the line, I stopped because where I was trying to go, how that ending, it it wouldn't have put into perspective how I wanted to put into perspective. But that line, if you've seen that movie, it's like where you are safe. No, we can keep going with it. Thank you, Spirit. It's like where you are safe, where you'll be on the opposite side of things. It's like you wanna test the waters, but instead of you making that solid step, every time you think about it, you pull yourself back. Accountability upright. So you are definitely learning, okay? But again, the adjustments are extremely minor, but it's in how the spirit honors, celebrates, enjoys the victory, enjoys life's little luxuries, however it resonates for you. Okay? Now with silent retreat, silence, again, even though we keep going through different parts, they're still saying, Heather Headley, baby, masculine or feminine, you need some me time. Okay? Okay, you really do. Okay? Because if not, it's going to be Monica. Just one of them days, every fucking day. Okay? Masculine or feminine. And with Sanskrit Morte offering, I need to clarify her energy. I like it that it's upright though. Because I feel like you haven't sacrificed enough. But then again, it's giving me you're not, like her energy is giving me you're not asking for the right things. So to keep this light, she likes to put things to rest, okay? I would say that. And so it's like asking for the pain of something, an experience, a feeling, whatever the case may be, to be taken away, but not asking for the root of that to be taken away instead, so that it won't grow back. And that could be contributing why, another lap, another round. Because it's followed by sing in reverse, and this is a representation of the throat chakra. And it's like, we can help you lay this burden down, but there's a need to. So it's one thing about your spirit, your attitude in the victorious moments after the fucking struggle, and during the struggle, okay? Because it's what, hold on, you know how the church folks say, praise him, okay, until you get the fucking yes, okay? That's the energy of gratitude. Get into the energy of gratitude before it is received, so that the cup continues to overflow once it is received. But when it comes to the problem elimination portion, there's a need to focus on withdrawing the root so that it doesn't grow back. Whether this is an experience or a literal fucking problem, whatever the case may be. Okay? Okay. Sheesh. The balance is and will be restored for you. Anything else? Period. I love it. You have change and autonomy. So whatever incubation, going back to that crystal technology, silicone, whatever, incubation period you're in, yeah, because you're not in it right now. This card just flipped the fuck out of the deck in reverse. That incubation period is going to, it's a process of change that is needed for you to emerge. I don't know. But it's time to just go ghost. Initiation in reverse. The initiation has already began, which makes sense. The Taurus full moon has already peaked. But now it's just time for your actions to align with what your body, you need to listen to the body. It's very telling at this time. Yeah, on the bottom is healing. You need you more than ever. And to put anything else front and center is a disservice to you. So change and transcend. All right, let's move on to Mercury retrograde. All right, Mercury retrograde. Interesting. 7-11. See. Go back to July. All right. Just like we did for the Taurus full moon, we're going to pull individually for each sign before we read collective. I'm just going to read the card. Nothing more, nothing less. If I feel the need to add my 2 cents, I will. Okay. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Mercury retrograde. Starting with Taurus first. Mercury retrograde. We got a card. Thank you. I didn't see it. Y'all probably saw it. Virgo. At least we got upright this time. So Mercury retrograde energy is more favorable. Okay. Who is this? Virgo? For Mercury retrograde? Some inner conflicts. Every time I'm trying to leave, something keeps pulling me back, Virgo placements. Mercury retrograde for Virgo. Period. Who's last? Capricorn. Let me just reshuffle for you too. Just to be aligned. Capricorn feels like it's Mercury retrograde. Y'all getting amplified. Damn. All right. So on the bottom, very interesting. Y'all don't see what's the light at the end of the shadows that you are currently walking. But so the first light was the 9. So there's a turn. 9. So instead of you having 6-9, you have 9-6. So first you had the 9 of Pentacles, and now you have the 6 of Fire, 6 of Wands. But victory, good news is on its way. Public recognition or rewards. Okay. Mercury retrograde type shit, which is interesting because it starts in Sag, but then it does shift into Scorpio when it ends. But it's for 20 days, so Judgment. The 9th through the 29th. Okay, so Taurus placements, Mercury retrograde. You have the 3 of water, 3 of cups. A celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. The need to have more fun. Period. Virgo. Ooh. What the fuck was the song? I don't know. 4 of Wands, 4 of fire. Contentment. Peace. Interesting. Taurus full moon, you had lack of contentment. Mercury retrograde, you got contentment. So contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. Congratulations. But yeah, y'all figuring shit out, I think. Or was that Taurus? I don't know. And Capricorn, baby. You got your energy in reverse. So the devil in reverse. Actually, this is positive. All right. So Archangel Jophiel. Upright states a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So Mercury retrograde, Capricorn placement, since this card is in reverse, you're realizing you're not trapped. A lot of you could be finding a loophole, resolution, easy resolution. The universe could be bringing this to you, or you could be discovering this on your own. Instead of, when it comes to balancing spirituality and practicality with being overly focused on material things, that would be being in the energy of too practical and not enough spiritual. But I do feel like you are leaning more so into your spiritual self, that self-nourishment, that your opposite Cancer mothering energy, in order to balance out the scales for you. And with negative or fear-based thoughts, I do feel like a lot of you are conquering a fear throughout Mercury retrograde as well. It's giving similar to what I did, defeating a narrative, but that's not important for me to talk about at this time. All right, let's see. But basically what I mean by that is I don't follow collective narratives when it comes to signs and transits and shit. I do my own thing. I do what I'm called to do. Ride the Wave 14, Sagittarius. So this Mercury retrograde collectively for you guys is bringing realignment for sure. You got Bone Collector. I see the word wisdom, and then I see the word test. So what, your wisdom is about to be tested? But why am I seeing it like as a paper test? Oh, that means on Earth. Okay. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Bone Collector. All right. Moving on. Yeah, commitment. Your wisdom is about to be tested. Okay. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Mercury retrograde. Wizard of Awareness in reverse. Solitude upright. So no matter what transit it is, a Taurus full moon or Mercury retrograde, if you don't create the alone time, the universe will create it for you. And it is imperative for it to initiate. Solitude 13 and Scorpio season. It's like the Scorpio season, I don't know, I'm seeing the snake because we're in the year of the snake, and the snake is that shedding rebirth energy is connected to Scorpio. But also, you know, Sag is connected to Phoenix energy as well. But it's like that energy and the representation of those energies are working together, if that makes sense. All right, so you have Ride the Wave upright, Bone Collector upright, Wizard of Awareness in reverse, Solitude upright, Unexpected Visitors in reverse, Mercury retrograde for Earth. Anything else? Peaks of joy on the bottom. Okay. No matter what path you are on, no matter what you are experiencing, if you are perceiving it as suffering, if you are oh, it's pulling on my heartstrings, but if you, oh shit, if you are perceiving it as suffering, if you are perceiving it as a loss, as anything other than what you want, it's interesting because it's giving when you suffer, your ancestors suffer. When you're happy, your ancestors are happy. So the energy is matched. And you're definitely not alone. This Ride the Wave is there with you too. Okay? Make me emotional and shit. Okay? Okay. Or my contact going crazy now. With Bone Collect, hold on. Okay, so with Bone Collector upright, in between Ride the Wave and Wizard of Awareness, again, your wisdom is about to be tested, your knowledge. I do feel like there's a lot of history repeating itself, but I feel like from all walks of your life. So when you were a child, young adult, no matter your age, like certain time frames, high school, middle school, it just depends. But it's not a set in like, 2025. It's just maybe when I look back over my life, okay, this Ride the Wave, it could be 14 years, I don't know, depends on the age, as I mentioned. But there's experiences, certain significant experiences that you have overcome that are about to, again, that's that test your wisdom energy throughout Mercury retrograde. Now in solitude is giving me, I hear Yo Gotti, it's a lyric of his, but I need no distractions. And solitude is saying, as you are taking this test, you need no distractions, which is why if you don't create the solitude and the separation and the downtime, spirit will. With unexpected visitors in reverse, if you don't do it, spirit will. This is, I hear, rejected invitations with that unexpected visitors in reverse. If you have been a social butterfly, I see that energy changing. Now, I do feel like what's contributing to this energy change, as far as like you going from social butterfly-ish to restricted, is connected to this dragon slayer and protecting treasure in reverse. There was joy, then there was not. So to you, there's a problem. But with Wizard of Awareness, you don't know where the fucking problem came from. Okay, so it's like, everyone can get the fuck until I figure out, everyone can get the fuck until I figure out where this problem came from. Okay, so that this metamorphosis can happen and you can get back into this spark and back into this joy, because I hear it once was, and it will be, and so shall it be again. But you also have follow the leader in reverse, which, follow the leader upright would be, since this is your reading, honor the guidance of others, but you are the wisdom. It's like you're doubting your wisdom, and specific answers that you're seeking may not be coming to you directly from other people, from readers, because they've already been given to you based on prior experiences. I just keep hearing you have the fucking loophole. And Mercury retrograde is about to affirm the loophole. And I feel like it's going to reignite the spark and the joy. And it's going to start to naturally realign things for you. I don't know. Something doesn't seem very, very complicated. But that energy was very much more direct than the Taurus full moon. I'll tell you that. Let's repull. Yeah, protecting treasure upright. So you don't, I don't feel like you know whose energy is the fucking problem. So therefore you're thinking everybody's energy is the fucking problem. I get it. I operate like that too at times. You could have just ride the wave again. What was I about to say? Short fused. I do feel like all of you are being asked to visit the water. Keep hearing it's been a long time. You have 444 here, 1444. But ride the wave upright, strengthen reverse. Okay. Magic prayer upright. Balancing act in reverse. Anything else? Fell in the lap upright, okay. It's a lot of fucking green. Green, blue, and white. It's like ocean green though. So Mercury retrograde, there is an answered prayer. Again, to watch Aquarius, that's an Aquarius reading. But with magic prayer upright, looking towards, like, look at this. I feel like strength in reverse is a representation of you. Again, you are exhausted. But we ride the wave in between that with magic prayer. There's some type of answered prayer coming. But I hear the help is lightweight. The heavyweight, the complete turnaround is unveiled by you. But it's like, you know, when you can like phone a friend on that show. What the fuck is the show? Is it Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I don't know. I don't be watching TV game shows, but it's kind of like being able to phone a friend, but instead, same thing, but it's like this, the divine is about to give you an answer. It's a lightweight. I don't know. It just feels very lightweight. But this could be, you know, the aha moment, whatever the case may be. But again, it's very, very small. So I just keep also hearing don't expect anything massive, which is why they're iterating lightweight. And with balancing act in reverse, it's giving, you know, wanting spirit to completely remove something from your shoulders. But you are fucking more than capable. And again, this strength is strength. It's not new strength or new abilities or new adversities. You've been there, you've done that. That's somebody's November title. I don't remember who. However, though, you have magic stream in reverse, solitude upright, and cleaning house in reverse. That's an empty well. So interesting. I'm getting, you're doing everything but sitting with me. And sitting with me, that's spirit to you. Your well has run dry. That's why y'all so fucking tired, okay? Exhausted, fucking over it, short fused. Me too, shit, okay? And with solitude being here, cleaning house, you know, yes. My house, I was... I started scrubbing walls today. I sure the fuck did. Started scrubbing some damn walls today because I was beside myself, all right? And it was not like nothing fucking happened. I was just fucking irritated. Like, just, I don't know. But I'm fine. I'm fine. But yeah, it's like you could be trying to, this message is for me. Take it if it resonates for you. But doing everything else, but which is good, yes, cleansing energy, cleanliness is the next thing to godliness. Do what you need to do. But it's like, you're doing everything but just sitting and connecting with me, wherever it is, okay, that you need to you be sitting and connecting. It's like we can get back to the cleaning of the house. We can get back to that. But it's like your spirit needs some undivided attention. But you're not allowing your own spirit, physical body, all of it, mind, body, and soul, magic prayer upright to get that undivided attention, which is contributing to this magic stream being in reverse. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. I'm going to take heed to my own damn advice. But the heart is not as light as a feather, which is also why balancing act is in reverse. Even though there's no scales, but it's giving me like dropping a lot of shit. It could be connected to clumsiness, but it feels like it's just a lack of being present. And again, the changes. What did you have earlier? The attitude. I fucking forgot what else I said. But yeah. It's like you're handling things very, very rough, very aggressive, very hard body. But you're a light body being. So there's a need to light body activate this shit. Okay? Which is where the wisdom comes in for you to meet this resolution. Okay? Yes, that's what needs to be cleaned up. Okay? I hear them dark ass spirits. No, but no, it's we need the aggression at times, but right now you need love. Yeah, it comes together. You need love. You need grace. You need attention. And what you need, it's the fulfillment and the wholeness that you need can only come from the divine. But wandering circus, you are not alone. Field of dreams. Again, whatever you are experiencing, when your ancestors are happy, when you are happy, your ancestors are happy. When you are sad, when you are angry, so the fuck are they, okay? Now, it's interesting because, a lot of you maneuver in this energy where, your ancestors are your head. But what if you are the head of your ancestors? That's a part of knowing thyself. So, follow the leader in reverse, which you had. You would be the leader. And they will be following your lead. So, yeah. Just think about that. Anything else? Storm fields. And ride the wave again. Pay attention to the 14th, okay, of this month, since the card keeps showing itself. With the dolphins here, pay attention to the information. But with storm fields, ride the wave, commitment. That's that light body. Here's the star as well. Again, also 9-9, but in between is 5. Anything else? Dry desert, bone collector. There's Stormfields is saying retreat. Retreat. Seek shelter. Ride the wave is saying, it's making me emotional again, but we got you. Commitment is saying never fold. And if you are the type that speaks that way, that's about to be tested. But there is a time, there is a need for you to refill your cup at this time, because it is dry, beloved, dry desert, and get back to you. And once you do, Golden Palace, and then you become home again. You're not feeling like home at this time. It's like you're feeling like fucking fire, even though you're earth. Anything else? That is that. All right, I'm gonna pull one card, and then who's next? Air is next. Final card for the, what time is it? 10:03. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Last message for them all before we close. Please. Outside of what we stated. On the bottom, you have the Chariot, an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, public recognition. But the achievement, you see how the horses' heads are high, okay, not sad and angry. All right, after this run, you ain't gonna have to run that shit back, okay, period. And then you have the 9 of Fire. It says, don't give up, protect that which you've created, have courage, and believe in yourself. It came out in reverse. This is what all of you are struggling with. And the message is, one more time, do not give up. Protect that which you created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Okay? I love you. God bless you. I'm about to post these timestamps, and I'll be back for you there.